Hey everybody, it's Cathy. I am back and I thought today we would take a look back of my 2022 weight loss journey following Weight Watchers and let you know what happened and if I'm still continuing on with Weight Watchers in 2023. Before I start, I just want to thank you all for the well wishes while I've been off sick the past month or so. I had a really nasty virus. It wasn't COVID, but I am thankfully on the other side of it and looking to get back to work and making fresh content for 2023. So I began my Weight Watchers journey on February 2nd of 2022. And if you recall in this video where I was introducing my 50-pound weight loss journey, I was so excited, I was pumped, and I was looking forward to losing 50 pounds in 2022. I had all kinds of great ideas and things that I was going to do, and I shared how much I was going to exercise, the foods I was going to eat. I was going to share lots of recipes and what I ate videos. And then life fell apart, literally. My mom took a bad fall and ended up in the hospital for over a month. And I ended up having to pack up her apartment. And we got her into a long-term care center, and it really took a toll on me emotionally because I had never wanted my parents to end up in a long-term care center. And I don't know, a lot of guilt came along with it. I knew in my heart it was probably the best decision, but I don't know. I felt horrible because I never wanted to see either of my parents in a nursing home. I don't know, it just really kind of depressed me and brought me down. But the surprising thing was, as I talked about in my March update, I had lost a pound in amongst all the other, stress and packing up her apartment. So when I did my February update, my first month on Weight Watchers, I actually lost a pound, and I was kind of disappointed because I was hoping, for 5 pounds or more. But considering everything that I was going through emotionally, I guess I didn't do a lot of stress eating, which is usually my downfall. So I was disappointed that the scales only showed a 1 pound loss, but overall any loss is better than a gain, right? So in March, my husband and I decided we just needed to get away. I needed to recharge physically and mentally. So we went on a 10-day Southern Caribbean cruise, and I actually created a video about how I planned to not gain weight on that cruise. And actually, I didn't. I actually lost a pound, which was not that surprising because when I'm on vacation, especially when it's winter here in Canada and I go somewhere sunny, I am way more active because it gets so cold here in, January, February. I tend to stay indoors most of the time unless I have to go out for groceries or an appointment or something. But whenever I am on a cruise or somewhere sunny and warm, I like to be active, swimming, walking a lot more, exploring things. So I was really happy that I didn't put on any weight and I actually lost a pound in March on our cruise. So then in April, on April the 3rd, I did my 60 days on Weight Watchers update. I couldn't believe 2 months had flown by that fast, and I was a little hesitant to get on the scales having been on a 10-day cruise, but I was really pleasantly surprised because I actually lost 2.6 pounds during March, and half of the month I was gone on vacation. So I guess subconsciously I tried to make better choices even though I really wasn't tracking when I'm on vacation, but I guess my internal tracker was keeping track, and it was really nice to come home and at least have a loss. So then in my 3rd month update, I actually just stayed the same. And in this video, I really talked about how I was struggling with, having my mom in a long-term care center, worrying about her health. I was struggling with Weight Watchers. I just had a really hard time to stay on track, stay motivated. I wasn't exercising, and it was just, in this video, I talked about all of the struggles, and a lot of you really related to that. Because for me, weight loss is never like this. For me, weight loss is more like up and down, just staying. And it's always been a struggle for me. And then in May, I think it was around May the 15th, my daughter and I actually went to Italy for 10 days. And I didn't know how the weight loss was going to go on that trip. But honestly, I didn't really care. Weight loss wasn't my priority. My priority was enjoying Italy because we had planned this trip for 2 years, and because of, what was going on in the world, it got postponed. When I was in Italy, I got really sick when we were in Capri, and I just did not feel good for the rest of my trip, which was really sad because my whole life I had looked forward to going to Capri. But we did walk, like some days we walked like 30,000 steps because that's how we got around, was walking. So I was kind of thinking maybe because I was sick and also because I was doing a lot of walking, maybe the scales would be kind to me. So whenever I came home and weighed myself to do my update for May, I actually had found that I had lost 3.9 pounds in May. So that was really, really exciting, and it made me so, so happy because I knew now that I can go on vacation, and even though I'm not tracking on the app, I'm just making better decisions. So for most of June, I just stayed the same. Again, I wasn't exercising. I just couldn't get motivated, and I think that had a lot to do with just everything that was going on in my personal life. Like with my mother being ill, I had another family member, not an immediate family member, but another family member fall ill with COVID, and she wasn't doing so well. And I don't know about you, but whenever somebody that I care about gets sick or falls ill, it really plays on my mind, and I really feel for them, and it kind of can affect my mood. And that is something that I need to work on because that can just like throw my day off. I guess I'm just a very sympathetic or empathetic person. I just feel horrible for somebody if something's going wrong in their life. Like, can you relate to that at all? And then in June, I went to Vermont for 2 days because we were going to a lifelong friend's daughter's wedding. So they were having a bridal shower, so I got to go to that. And I just stayed the same for June. And the other thing I want to mention about June, that it was the 5-year anniversary of my dad's passing. I've always been very close to my parents, especially to my father, and his death affected me deeply. And I just thinking about the 5-year anniversary, well, any anniversary marking somebody's death is always difficult, but it just seemed like I couldn't believe that he was gone for 5 years. Like, where did those 5 years go? And I found that I just started like missing hearing his voice and just little things like that. And I just realized like I'm now 5 years older. So I really need to like make better choices and take better care of myself. June is also my birthday month. So even though like I don't usually go crazy eating a lot, I just enjoyed my birthday. And in the end of June update video, I think we really got vulnerable. And we talked about a lot of the struggles, and a lot of you related as well. As somebody that is a caregiver to somebody that's been dealing with cancer for, oh gosh, how many years is it? 28 years. Like, it wears you down. And a lot of you, I guess, could relate to me because a lot of you are caregivers to your spouses or child or a parent. And it does take a toll on somebody when you're dealing with like a chronic illness. So that's what we talked about in this video, which was the update for how June went, and how we talked about how it was a difficult month, with missing my dad, still struggling with the decision to put mom into a home. And, just I think maybe putting mom into a home and having to deal with that maybe brought up a lot of repressed feelings that I had about when my husband was ill, because he was ill for so long that I didn't have time to feel my feelings, and they got pushed down. And I think that's what I tend to do. I bottle my emotions a lot. I've always been that way. I can be very, very sensitive, and if something's bothering me, rather than talk about it, I'll just keep it to myself and keep it inside, which is not a healthy thing to do because I'm suffering in silence. but also can lead to, you know, high blood pressure and health issues and things like that. So it's really important to find an outlet for stress, or something's bothering you, find some way to let that stress out. And we talked a little bit about that in this video, the update for June. Now I feel like in the July video, I really opened up and was honest and talked about how I was lacking motivation. I wasn't feeling well, I was feeling off. I was going to make an appointment with my doctor because I had a feeling maybe my thyroid medication was off. So I got that checked. So everything was good that way. So I knew that what I was feeling was had to do more with my emotions rather than my physical health, which I was grateful for, because you never want anything to be wrong with you physically or emotionally. But I felt that maybe if I tried to exercise more, that would help me feel better, get the you know, the good, what do you call them, the good hormones going. So we talked a lot about that. And then in August, I had a little gain of 0.3 pounds, which wasn't bad, but I just knew in my heart I just was not working the program. And the program works. It doesn't matter what program you're following, be it Weight Watchers, what's that other one? Not Atkins, but low carb, or, oh my goodness, keto. Any program will work if you work the program. I kind of think of Weight Watchers, which is what I prefer to follow, as a tool. It's in my toolbox. So if I take my screwdriver out and use my screwdriver, it's going to like put a screw in the wall so I can hang a photo or whatever. But if I don't actually take out the Weight Watchers program, you know, track my food, exercise, make an effort, it's not going to do anything. So it's not the program that failed, it was me. I failed because I failed to use the program. I know Weight Watchers works. I've used it in the past, and I know when I do follow a program, it does work. But it was just, I don't know, the first, I will say, 8 months of 2022, I really struggled. And I don't know why. Maybe, like I said, you know, I brought up a lot of buried emotion, hurt, frustration, anger, sadness. Maybe in a way I was kind of mourning things that I didn't get to deal with from 20 years ago. I don't know. But then something just clicked. In September, in the update video, I actually lost 4.5 pounds. That was my biggest loss so far for 2022. And I just felt something inside of me changed, and I talked about that in the update video. I don't know what it was, like maybe I had to shed all the emotional baggage leading up to September, but I really felt inspired. I felt like I can do this. I was pumped. I was, you know, so excited. I was going to do so many great things. And I was proud of myself. I thought for the first time, you know, I'm going to end the year with a bang. I realized at that point I wouldn't reach my 50 pounds, but even, you know, if I could have lost 20 pounds, a loss is a loss and I would take it. So then October came and I disappeared, and I didn't do any more updates about Weight Watchers because a lot was going on in my personal life, and I just didn't feel like talking about it. I didn't feel like sharing anything about my weight loss struggles. I felt like, what's the point? Like, it's just not going well. Nobody's gonna care. Like, so I just kind of shut down. So in October, I had been doing well. And then one of my brother's wives took very ill, again with COVID, ended up in the intensive care, and remains in the hospital 3 months later. I'm not going to talk, you know, about it. It's their business, but that kind of affected me because, as I alluded to earlier, I told you that I feel like very empathetic for people. I'm particularly close to my brother, and I just felt horrible and still feel, you know, very sad about what he is going through. what his wife is going through, and everybody in the family feels horrible about it, and there's nothing we can do except, you know, pray for them and send them well wishes. And then my mother took a bad turn with her health. And, you know, it's expected. She's 88, but as somebody who has lost a parent, and maybe you have experienced this too, when I was with my father and he was actively dying in the process of dying, you want the suffering to end. But if you've ever been with somebody when they've taken their last breath, it's very, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you want their suffering to end, but the minute they've taken their last breath, like, you feel like you want the person back so much. And it's like, you know, you're a little girl again, you want your dad back. And he's not coming back. And having to go through this again with my mother, it's really been a difficult year for me. It really, really has. And I come on here, you know, and I'm always trying to be happy and positive. Oh, I'm sorry that I'm crying. I always try to be like positive, and you're not aware of what's going on in my life. But it breaks my heart to see my mom's health failing. And I'm so lucky, you know, that she has lived to be 88. She'll be 89 in a few months. But every week I can tell, like, a little piece of her we're losing her. Like, her body's breaking down, her mind's breaking down, and it's just sad. And I'm 54 years old, and I am so lucky to have had my parents for, you know, such a big part of my life, and we've always been a close family. But it's very difficult for me to deal with what's going on with my mom. I need to learn to compartmentalize and to not let it stop me from taking care of myself and being healthy. So that's what happened in October. It still continues to happen here. Today is December 28th, I think. So then in November, I fell sick. Plus, we were going on a 10-day Southern Caribbean cruise the beginning of December. I was so sick. I got tested multiple times. The test said it was not COVID. I don't know what I had, but it really kicked my butt and knocked me out for 6 weeks. I still, at times, you'll see me, like, when I'm talking, it'll catch my breath and I'll have to, like, you know, go cough off camera. My lungs are still somehow affected. I don't know what it was. But it really, really kicked my butt. And like I said, we went away on our cruise. It was probably my least favorite cruise of all cruises I've taken. But I was so thankful that we got to get a break. And then we came home, and we have been in the winter wonderland since actually the day we arrived home. We just had like one of the biggest blizzards of the century. And it's snowing again today. It's cool. It's not too cold. It's not too bad. It's, you know, probably minus 10 Celsius. But that's my 2022 in a nutshell. Now, Weight Watchers came out with a new program in December when I was away. I have not had a chance to look at the program yet because I let my membership expire. And I'm hoping they have like some deals to sign up. I'm not signing up until January 2nd because I know we're already have plans to do fun things, have nice family meals together while everybody's here for the holidays. So I'm not putting the stress on myself or the pressure that I have to be perfect. But come January, I do plan on getting back on track. And I went to my doctor. We went over all my tests. I am physically healthy. You know, everything is great. The only problem I have is my hypothyroidism, and which we check every few months with blood work. And I guess what I've been feeling is just mental stress. Because I have worked very hard in 2022, like, you know, with everything I've mentioned, but also with growing my channel. Like, I'm putting in 40 to 50 hours a week minimum working on my channel. I basically work 7 days a week, and I work from the time I get up till the time I go to bed. Now, I don't mean like in the evening, I'm not actively on my computer editing videos, but I have my phone beside me, and you guys know if you leave a comment, I try to get back to you right away. So I'm gonna have to start in 2023 some sort of a thing where I have like set hours for work, and then after, 5 or 6 p.m., just the comments can wait until tomorrow, because I found that I was really starting to feel burnt out. And maybe that's the reason why I got sick and it lasted for so long. I was just really tired. I love what I do. I really enjoy this space. I love talking to each and every one of you. I love creating. I love editing. This is my little escape from everything that is going on in my life that I want to forget about. And I am so, so thankful to each and every one of you who stand with me and, continue to grow my channel. And you all mean the world to me. And I'm still going to be on Weight Watchers. So in January, once I get access to the program, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to study it, I'm going to make some notes, and I'm going to do a couple of videos about the new program. And I also will be doing my monthly check-in, and we can, have our little group going again, just supporting each other. And I do plan to do at least once a month, like what I eat videos. And because I think a lot of people enjoy seeing that, I like to get ideas for what to eat from videos that I watch. So thank you so, so much for sticking with me. And I'm very much looking forward to 2023. And my goal for 2023 for my channel is I want to get to 100,000 subscribers. I know that I can do this. I am pumped. I am ready to work really hard. And I'm so excited about all of the content that I'm going to be bringing you. So thank you so very much. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, share with your friends. And I really want to wish you from the bottom of my heart a very, very happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. See you soon. Bye.